with off-season workouts underway, man, guys are getting ready for the season. We've already been dubbed as the team. We already have our first opponent. We'll talk about in the video. Um, you have criticism going everywhere. You got rumors going everywhere. We got new information to some of those rumors that we've been having. And in the AJ Brown saga, we got some legendary quarterbacks speaking on Jalen Hurts' name, which we'll get into the video as well. And we got some people regretting we got some people regretting trading with Howie Roseman too. So um with all that being said, man, let's get into it.
Yeah, I done fell so many times, but I got back up. I've been drugged through the mud, like it ain't been enough. I'm still going, 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 still going. And I done felt so much pain that I wanna give up, but I just can't stop now, cause I've been through too much. I'm still going, 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 still going.
Like I said, off-season workouts come to everybody got the off-season workouts, and what I've been hearing a lot on Twitter is Johnny Wilson about oh, we miss his run blocking, yada yada. Don't get receivers just for him to block. They got to catch. You know what I'm saying? And Johnny Wilson struggles with that, man. But Johnny Wilson ain't exactly who I want to talk about. I want to talk about Dontavius Wicks. Yeah, I guess the receivers coach for the Packers is went out to say he think they made a mistake. This is the second time we've made them say something like this. Once we got the offensive coordinator, Sean Mannion, and then second, we got Dontavius Wick on a trade. I don't know if the cheeseheads like us much after the moves Howie Roseman's been making. Not only Howie Roseman, man, just the Eagles in general been making when it comes to Packers coaches and players. So it don't feel good when people are taking your players, huh? Everybody like the Eagles are most definitely the form for getting good players. And there's always somebody got something to say about, oh yeah, man, well you had that person last year, we didn't now. We don't now. And we're still doing numbers. So look, let's in the start of the season, man, we're gonna be playing the Commanders. Healthy Jaden Daniels Commanders. This could be a little tricky game, man. This could be a little tricky game. I think this is gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a walk in the park. Like when we play divisional games, man, it's never a walk in the park. I do think we'll get the win. Very first game of the season, I think we'll get the win. But it will be a dog fight. It will be a dog fight, and we're used to dog fights, so it don't scare me much. I do believe we'll get the win, but we'll see exactly what this offense looks like in real time. Uh, we're gonna move from Dontavius Wicks to another wide receiver, another Eagles wide receiver. I almost said former. He's not former yet, but he's out there looking for homes. You heard me right. AJ Brown is set to meet with management at a luxury condo development in Boston, the Seaport District. So he's looking for homes. I guess you can say it's real. It's real. Hey, like I've said before, and like I said again, um, we prepared. We've prepared. Now you know what? I'd be, I think up the wall had we did nothing to prepare for this. We would got a bunch of receivers to put, to battle for receiver number 2. We had 2 number 1s, but we went and got a bunch of receivers to battle for receiver number 2, and then we got the best slot receiver in the draft. So we've done enough to get him weapons. Like Jalen Hurts has got weapons. He don't have AJ Brown, but he got weapons. So I'm not at all worried about what we look like. Like we're not better without AJ Brown. Let's get that out the way because I am AJ Brown fan, but we're not terribly bad. We didn't go from one end to the other. Might have took a step back at the wide receiver talent. When you got two number ones, it's easy to take a step back when you lose one of those number ones and say that your talent took a step back. It did. Our talent took a step back. We're gonna really have to scheme some stuff up. Um, let's get past that. Uh, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was brought up in a Troy Aikman interview. And I think the question or what they were talking about before Jalen Hurts came along, the name Jalen Hurts came along, was what's the ceiling for the Cowgirls? And they got on the conversation of Jalen Hurts and moving, um, always having an offensive coordinator, a different offensive coordinator, 7 years, 7 offensive coordinators, 7 primary play callers. Let's say that. Because his first year, he had Shane Steichen, but you had Nick Sirianni with his hand on the wheel. The second year he had he had Shane Steichen, and it was just Shane Steichen. And a little bit on the end of the year, of Nick Sirianni and Shane Steichen, I think Shane Steichen pretty much took over that role. So yeah, so they got to talking about that, and this is what they said.
First started covering the league right when your team was in its ascendancy. And what I remember very specifically was your relationship with Norv Turner, who was your offensive coordinator. How many years roughly were you together?
He was there 3.
At the very beginning of your career, and really was there for your development before he gotten a head coaching job, and how important that was for you. And I bring that up as the sort of the context for the Jalen Hurts conversation. I want to make sure I'm getting this right. He is going to have his 7th different primary play caller in his 7 NFL seasons. Can you explain, because there's so much like microscopic criticism of him at times, how much of a factor you think that is and what that would be like for a quarterback?
Well, it's big. I mean, I think if you look at Brett Favre or, Aaron's a little different. Aaron Rodgers, he went through a change of offense when Matt LaFleur came in, but Peyton Manning ran the same offense. Tom Brady pretty much throughout his entire career ran the same offense. I was not one of those. I had the same offense with Norv and Ernie Zampese for 7 years, and it makes a huge difference. And I know I've had those conversations with Jalen Hurts, 7 in the NFL offensive coordinators, but he also had a number of offensive coordinators in college.
That's right.
So you go back to high school, it's rare when he's had the same play caller for back-to-back years. A few years back when they won the Super Bowl, Shane Steichen, and what he meant to Jalen Hurts and that offense, and they did some good things. They hit a bump in the road. Kellen Moore comes in. There's been a lot of consistency, although not at coordinator, there has been within what they're doing offensively. And I think that on the one hand is smart because they're playing to the strengths of Jalen Hurts. And he's a quarterback who likes 2x2 set receivers and guys coming off the ball vertically, a lot of throws outside the numbers. And I think that with where they're going this year, that it will look different. And I think that there'll be more asked of Jalen Hurts to work the middle of the field, to maybe line up under center a little bit more in the play action game. And that's an offense that I'm a big believer in. When you look around the league at the offenses that are really having success, the San Franciscos, the Dallases, the Green Bays, those type teams, tying it in much like it was in the 90s. It seems to be swinging back in that direction. And I believe Jalen can do anything that he's asked to do. I go back to...
I mean, I believe in that too, man. Like the man has learned. It ain't looked how everybody wanted to look, but he's been efficient. He's been very, very efficient. Not in a padding numbers type way. If throws aren't there, he's getting you first downs. If rushes are bad, like Fred Johnson, I seen the other day with Fred Johnson. We're gonna use Fred Johnson very sparingly right now. I know he's going through a lot, so I ain't gonna keep throwing his name out there. But he got a move done on him by Aiden Hutchinson, and Jalen Hurts actually completed a pass against that. Like that move Aiden Hutchinson gave Fred Johnson was crazy good. He got a straight line to Jalen Hurts. but he couldn't sack him because Jalen Hurts got wheels on him. He got wheels on him. So just some when we scheme up some stuff to get Jalen Hurts open plays, I think that's when we're gonna be rolling, man. We're gonna be rolling. I know Jalen Hurts like to hit him for the big bomb. He like to hit him for the big bomb, and this offense is gonna challenge him, and he looks like he's up for the challenge. If you check out Jalen Hurts on his pages and stuff, he's always working out. He's always talking to somebody. Shoot, Troy Aikman went to talk. Troy Aikman said he called him up. Jalen Hurts is locked in on being a quarterback, and because he wants to be good, he's probably gonna be good. He's probably gonna be good. And we got the pleasure of having him on our team, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't ask for nothing better. Howard Roseman, you did it again, baby. That is all I got, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Turn those post notifications on. I'm missing these videos. Yeah. Let's go, Birds.